Happy Independence Day, everyone. In today's live, I want to talk about what does freedom mean to you? And I am really, really excited to talk about this topic. It's July 4th, new chapter, new beginnings in Stuart, Florida, where I am residing at the moment. And I feel so happy and grateful that I am able to record this podcast episode in this beautiful one bedroom apartment. So, today I want to talk about this topic. So, let me ask you this question. What does freedom mean to you? Does it mean leaving your 9 to 5 job? What does it mean? What is your passion? We have choices. What a beautiful thing. Is it the freedom to choose? Is it the freedom to pursue your passions? For example, writing a book. So, all of this is so important, and it all begins with belief, believing in yourself. Because when you believe in yourself and you're so strong about, let's say, writing a book, or maybe it's pottery, or maybe it's writing poems, or maybe it's just journaling, just being in that moment of gratitude, your life starts to flourish and abundance starts to flow within you. So let me give you an example of what this means. Is it the freedom to travel? So, for instance, myself, I left New York 3 weeks ago. It was actually 3 weeks ago on Friday, because I have the freedom to work from home, from wherever I want, whether it's overseas. Right now I'm in Florida, and right now I'm loving Florida. So for me, freedom meant for me to leave New York and to just have the courage to go for it. Because I can tell you this, staying in New York was holding me back. And I realized this when I had this awakening a few months ago, when I was having issues with my landlord, with my apartment, and everything started to unfold. And, it seemed, what happens is when you feel that everything is falling apart, it means that God is putting you in a better place. You may not realize it at the time, but that's exactly what happened to me. So when I arrived in Florida 3 weeks ago, I stayed at an Airbnb for about a week. And what unfolded was, for me, I loved that, initially I loved the Airbnb, but then later on things started to happen that um that did not that I felt uncomfortable with. So, for example, it was there was like loud music at night. There were just different breeds of people coming into the complex. So where I stayed was at the PGA Resort, and what ended up happening was there was a domestic violence dispute that happened 3 doors down from me where I was staying, and that was a scary moment for me, because I first of all, I know what that's like, and a sheriff's car and an ambulance showed up. So my intuition was telling me not to stay there. So I left and I went to a hotel for a couple of nights, and I asked for help, because I did, part of freedom is also asking for help, and I needed some help. So I stayed a couple of nights at a nice hotel nearby, and then something came over me. I was sitting in my room and I was scrolling on Instagram, and I found a residential community that I really, really liked. So lo and behold, I filled out the form. Then a nice lady contacted me from here, and everything just started to come together. It was like things. So what I'm saying is, things can happen really, really fast. So if you feel that you are in a downward spiral and you just feel helpless, there's hope. Number one. Number two, to be resourceful. So I was resourceful and I came to see the place. I loved it. So now I'm staying in a 1 bedroom furnished apartment until I move into my new apartment, which is going to be um, next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend. So, freedom also means asking for help. So I called up a very good friend of mine who lives in Fort Lauderdale, like near Fort Lauderdale. I'm not going to state exactly where she lives. And we met on TikTok 3 years ago during the pandemic. We started talking. And the next thing you know, I stayed at her house for 4 nights. So just in that moment, the same day that that happened was the same day I made a deal here with the landlord. So that's why, time freedom is so important. I mean, for me, like I said, I can work from wherever I want and work 1 to 2 hours a day on my business. And let me tell you something. It's very rewarding when you work for yourself, because when you work for yourself, you are building your dreams. You are building your dreams. As far as working a 9 to 5 job, I mean, personally, regarding corporate America, I'm not a very big fan of corporate America. Um, because they're laying down rules and regulations and you have to do what you're told, because if you're not doing your job, they will either put you on a performance improvement plan or they will fire you, like right on the spot. So having that time freedom to work your passion, maybe you love to garden, maybe you love to cook, maybe you love to do pottery, nature walks, maybe you love to do yoga, maybe you love to do exercise, whatever it is that you are most passionate about, writing a book, then turn that passion into a business, which I have done. That's why I started my podcast 5 years ago, because I left corporate America and I had that passion for helping women to have a voice, because our voices need to be heard. Our stories need to be told. And I shared my story and of not only overcoming domestic violence, but thriving after domestic violence, and having a podcast for women to share their real life stories of how they are thriving after domestic violence and now they're pursuing their passion, their careers, and whatever it is. So, I feel so happy and grateful that I have that freedom to do that, and being able to travel and to meet different people. And I can tell you this, just being here. And another passion of mine is, believe it or not, I love talking to people who are older than me. And as you all know, I turned 60 in January, but I'm always young at heart. But talking to, other women here and men too, who are, over 60, over 55, 60. I've gained so much insight here in the last 4 days that it's just mind blowing to me. So the point I'm trying to make here is, you know, you just have to have the courage to go for it. And that's exactly what I did. And I have no regrets. So how many of you here right now are looking for time freedom? How many of you, are looking for freedom? What is it that you are most passionate about? And I want you to drop that in the comments below here, because this podcast episode is going to be uploaded for next week. So next week's podcast episode, which is Let's Break the Silence with Angeline, you can find me on Spotify, Google, Apple, and on my YouTube channel. And this will be uploaded on my YouTube channel next week, because I just something inside. I always trust my intuition. So if there is something, if there is a topic that I want to talk about, I will talk about it and I will put it on my podcast episode. So yes, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please go ahead and subscribe to my podcast, Let's Break the Silence with Angeline. You can find me on Spotify, Google, Apple, and all the live streams. And I love sharing, my passion to help women gain clarity, confidence, and receive the goodness that they deserve. So, with that being said, I'm sorry, if you are looking to book a call with me, if you are feeling lost, overwhelmed, I want you to go to my website right now and I want you to book a call with me, which is letsbreakthesilence.com. And also, starting this week, I'm going to be sending my emails out again. So if you want to continue to receive resources that will equip and empower you on your healing journey, please go to my website, which is letsbreakthesilence.com, and subscribe to my newsletter. And also, I am a co-author of a book series. It's the Change book series, and I have had the pleasure of speaking at a mastermind event, which was last year in December. So I shared my story, and that is freedom, being vulnerable and sharing your story of how of how I declared victory from domestic violence. So if you would like to purchase the book, you could go to my website on the homepage and you will see a link there to purchase the book. And I've had several women who have already purchased the book, and so I'm very, very happy and blessed. And also, you know freedom I'm sorry, freedom to me means also stepping into victory after some sort of traumatic event, domestic violence. It could be trauma, it could be narcissistic abuse. So I have a 9-week self-paced course, and when you purchase that course, you will receive a free gift from me, which is the Change book series with Les Brown on the front cover. So right now I have a special offer on that. So if you are looking to step into your own power and truth and really, really standing in your truth, and not worrying about what other people think of you, and to have that clarity and confidence so you can pursue your goals and your dreams and your true passions, because we are really, really going to dig deep. And that's important, because in that rediscovery process, I you will rediscover who you truly are. And also breaking the chains, meaning breaking free from those self limiting beliefs that have been holding you back for way, way, way too long. Because, sister, it is time to step into your power. It is time to claim freedom and to claim victory so you can live the life you truly deserve to live, and also rediscover who you truly are. And we are going to be doing a lot of shadow work. There's going to be just journaling, meditation, exercises, and I literally hold you by the hand. So please book a call with me. Just go to my website and just book a call, and we will have a conversation to see if we are a good fit to work together. So I hope that you got value from from this broadcast today. So, welcome to Florida for me. I love the Southern hospitality here, and I've met a few New Yorkers already. So, I want to say this. So, my message to you is And please let me know, what does freedom mean to you? What does freedom mean to you? And I want to know. So put it in the comments below. And I will see you on the next live podcast episode. Have a wonderful day and happy 4th of July to all the, to everyone here in the US. God bless America and happy birthday, America. Have a wonderful day.